And we are once again back for a stellar podcast. And I'm not exaggerating this week. We actually got a really solid show on our hands. Even got an extra topic in here. We got a bonus members topic. We're going to talk about season 2 of the Kate Bishop show. Well, kind of. We'll talk about that for members. Either way, though, before we get to the proper show at hand, as always, I am your host, Armin, and I am, as always, here on Sundays now when the podcast releases on the channel. So
Why
make sure.
Sundays?
That's a good question because I forgot to upload it one Saturday, and I just figured, you know what, this makes it easier Sunday now. So
It's funny. But, well.
there could be a legit explanation. I could lie, or I could just be honest and be like, I got way too high on Friday and forgot to schedule it for Saturday. Look, the rave really did me in a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh no, okay, I forgot the podcast. I guess I'm gonna make an announcement. It's changing dates.
I say, give it a few months and it'll work its way back to Saturday.
Exactly. Yeah. Once I screw up and just put it on Saturday, and people be like, oh, Benny will reach out, be like, well, yep, there it is, back on Saturdays now, I guess. So,
but at least now this podcast has been out every day of the week.
Yeah, true. That's true. It's a revolving door of when we're
we've worked our way through every day of the week.
It's true. It's true. So, of course, I'm not alone. You guys have already heard Mitch talking. So Mitch is here.
Yeah, I don't shut up apparently. But yeah, the link trees and stuff. Hopefully, what me and Jared are doing will be out next week. Hopefully, I haven't decided what day.
I don't want to spoil for people, but it's funny because after the podcast where Mitch said that, I literally texted Jared. I'm like, what is Mitch's project? And he texted me back what it was. I was like, I knew it. I knew it was gonna be that.
You got me. I'm just transparent.
It'd be like, hey, Armina's gonna make a random video. What's it gonna be? Probably an action figure if it's not on CBC. I mean, take a guess, right? Like, yeah.
It's you don't know what it's called though, because Jared doesn't even know that.
Oh well, there we go. We'll all be surprised, and we'll make sure we mention it on here. And
it genuinely makes me laugh every time I look at the title. It's so dumb.
Good. I love it. But also, we are not alone. We are being joined by Tristan, who may or may not also be making videos. They do pop up on the channel as well. You guys can see those and go follow him and watch those.
Yep, I'm trying to get one done currently. Also, was it Assassin's Creed Shadows? I have 2 minds because of that like $130 Ultimate Editions. Like, what?
It's also a live service. You got to be online all the time.
No, they corrected saying that no, you just have to use online to download.
Do we believe Ubisoft?
I guarantee you,
when they say you have to download it like all the other games. Yeah.
So. They fixed it up after. They fixed up the description being like, it's only required for online activation. But if you look further, it's like online services as well. So it's like, so still, I think you're going to need a persistent connection if you want some features, right? Like, which makes sense. But yeah, I hate the thing. It's like first time you boot it up, you got to activate it on the console or PC or whatever. It's like, I guess I'll resort to using a crack on PC again if I get it on there. That's cool. Thanks.
Good stuff.
Yeah. It's how it goes. But
did you know Yasuke was only a retainer? He was never a samurai.
Oh. Did you guys see that image somebody posted in the group?
The Killmonger hair.
The Killmonger hair. It took me a second. I was like, what does this mean? And then I looked at the file directory. It's like Assassin's Creed chat, and then I died. It overcame me.
It's just weird because like overnight a ton of Japanese historians came out and started trying to correct everybody. So I was
people that haven't played the game since 2012 thinking that Assassin's Creed was historically accurate. George Washington getting visions of him being a tyrannical king of America was historically accurate.
Yeah, and all the the alien superpowered beings giving you special abilities and stuff is also situation.
It's amazing what people know.
Yeah, it's just
what's that that aliens guy? What channel's that on? That one meme. Really.
Oh, it's oddly enough, it's the History Channel.
Is it just the History
Yeah.
Channel? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's originally the History Channel was like documentaries on like actual history, but then once they started to use,
They moved into fiction.
Yeah.
History Channel in like 2002 used to be like, okay, let's talk about this obscure battle during World War II. And they'd like do, an entire week and the entire battle. By 2008, they're like, have we told you about how Hitler was interacting with the lizard people on the dark side of the moon? You're like,
Yeah,
what the hell happened?
Yeah, it's essentially that. It was when they started seeing the ratings skyrocket, then they started just posting nothing but Aliens, a TV show.
So somebody actually did a look back, and remember when the 2012 end of the world thing was happening?
Yeah.
The History Channel had over, and I'm not exaggerating, he calculated over 40 hours of new content every week for 3 years leading to it, and none of that stuff can be found today unless you record it. They like scrubbed it. It doesn't exist in their archives. Like, it's just not there. It's like, dude, they milked that to no end.
The original Scoopers.
Yeah. Oh my God, History Channel. Oh no.
So all Scoopers are the History Channel aliens guy.
We're gonna learn that El Mayimbe worked for History Channel. That was his
that is El Mayimbe, just with a wig on.
I love it. This is great canon we're building right here. Oh man. So I suppose people are probably like, can you just get to the show? So you know what? We are in fact going to do that. Yeah, I know. No. But it is happening. So let's talk about the first piece of news, which I added right before this, because let's address it. Marvel Television is back. We've gone in a full circle.
It's fine. It's peak era of the MCU. We're back on track.
Yes. I love this.
Marvel can't officially be one. There has to be three, because you've also got animation. So we need 3 Marvel Studios. And that's how
part of me. A part of me really hopes that when Deadpool hits, it's like Marvel Knights brand again or something, because they had that back for like a film and a half in the late 2000s, and then
they did, yeah.
There we go. It's just gone now. It's like, so I want to address this because we got quite a few people messaging us being like, they're worried that Marvel TV is going back to what it was, where it's like they're going to ignore the MCU.
It's literally neither of the people that are the reason why Marvel TV was what people didn't like.
Right.
They're no longer there. Imagine thinking that.
So I get it. Like, some people are like, oh no, the Marvel Television brand, and are they disconnecting from the MCU? Are they going to ignore it? No. Essentially, we're now back to Marvel Studios is just doing everything, right? But they want it different because the moment you put the Marvel Studios branding on like What If or something like that, that's what caused the burnout, right? Like when you had the old Marvel TV, it was like, oh, it's on Netflix, it's on ABC. It's not the same. But once you slapped Marvel Studios on everything, that's when it, grew to this thing. And also, I just remembered, we also have Marvel Spotlight. What happens with that?
Not anymore. We don't.
That's just Marvel TV
I
now.
assume so, right? Like I can't see why you keep Spotlight when you have a television.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that was a mid change that they were like, "Whoops." Oh well.
Because you also had wasn't Werewolf by Night under one? It wasn't Spotlight.
Special
it was
presentation or something.
That's the one. Yeah. Like, I think they were getting too many division names, so it's like, let's just consolidate everything. We have studios, television, animation. They are the 3 things. Let's just stick with that.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's honestly what they're doing, and it's looking good in my opinion. I mean, nothing here seems off to me. Like all these rebrandings. It's just, to me, it is a little bit more. Let's get back to form. Hey, studios means that's our big film. Television means it's cheaper and it's on TV, which again, I'm not saying cheaper on TV as a bad thing. It's just,
but it's medium. Like, if this is a TV show.
Yeah. The the expectations are different when you have Marvel Television versus
Yeah,
Marvel Studio.
yeah.
Marvel Studios, you expect the Marvel Studios, mindset. Like that's
Yeah.
not really what they're doing anymore.
I also
So
think it's a way for them to say, like, look, these aren't going to be 6-hour movies anymore. We're actually going to make
yeah,
TV shows. You
yeah,
don't need to
yeah.
worry. They're going to feel like TV going forward.
Uh-huh.
You know where we
Which
went wrong. You might still have that as Ironheart and maybe Agatha, but
yeah.
you got, which I forgot about Agatha. I don't know if you put it as a topic, but that's
We're gonna talk about that a little later with the slate release and everything, which
that makes sense.
again, like I like that we're getting this now distinction. And recently, Bob Iger talking about everything moving forward and branding. It kind of seems like that they figured things out and now they kind of know what they're doing and everything's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
internally sorted. So,
Also,
sounds
that to bring it back to Agatha, to me, that's if any show that was coming up was going to be like a spotlight or a special presentation, it was that.
yeah, yeah,
And that has the Marvel Television logo on it.
yep,
Whereas if you look at like Echo, I think it says Spotlight.
yeah,
At least in the
yeah,
opening,
yeah.
it's Spotlight anyway. So, I assume it's dead. Also, Daredevil, if anything, would have had Spotlight on it because it's R-rated. I always
Right.
assumed
And
Spotlight
now,
was going to be
yeah,
their more R-rated stuff. So,
right. So,
yeah,
yeah, it's
that's my assumption, but who knows? It
same,
might not
same.
turn out that
Like,
way.
all we know is Marvel Television branding is back. It's now under Marvel Studios. It's not like,
Mm.
it's not the old way. And cool. Like, it's just another outlet that they got now, and they can push it on the upfronts, and they don't have to be like, hey, it's Marvel Studios presenting TV. No, it's just Marvel Television. Okay. Like, the branding is so much easier now.
Yeah,
So,
you can also change like the slate reveals into 2.
yeah. Yep.
You haven't got people looking at this one image and there's like
Well,
3,600 different PNGs on the
exactly.
screen.
And that also brings me up to like, why didn't they announce Wonder Man here or something like that? Like,
Didn't
well,
they cancel Wonder Man?
no, they
Didn't
went back and shot it and finished it.
Oh, did they actually? Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Like that was the
Let's
shocking thing.
go.
Yeah, it's
Like we said,
one.
Wonder Man.
Oh man, it'll be weird when that's announced.
Yeah.
Probably
I'm
announced
gonna
next
have a
year.
Wonder Man hot toy along with Wonder and Vision, and I'm gonna do dirty things with it.
Sub to my OnlyFans for my hot toys.
Gonna have the mood lighting and everything. It's gonna be fantastic.
Man. Yup. It's like those old I'm a Marvel, I'm a DC, just raunchy. Yeah. Well, that's a callback, huh?
That is Christ.
That's a callback. Yep.
Oh.
So yeah,
I was going to say something before the whole Wonder Man hot toy thing, and I cannot remember it now.
The sexiness just took our minds there.
I was going to say head empty. It's just horny.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
all it is. Wow.
So, any closing thoughts on this Marvel Television deal? Anything? Yeah.
I did have, but it's
It escaped. It escaped. Went out there.
Did. Yeah. Oh yeah, Jeff Loeb. Like, don't worry. Right. You're not going to have Kung Fu Jeff Loeb. No. Racially attack you anymore. It's fine.
He's gonna come back.
He might try. He won't get past the door. No.
Yeah. They ain't gonna let him go
unless he goes like full Looney Tune, and you get like a Jeff Loeb shaped hole in the door after he's Kung Fu kicked it. No. Have you heard that or seen that video of that woman singing "I'm Gonna Be Ninja"?
Oh no.
She's like, I'm gonna be ninja. And like that. It's horrendous, but that's just Jeff Loeb.
I bet you Jeff Loeb was like the first episode of the original Ninja Turtles cartoon that's straight up just racist. You're just like, what? Who thought? Like, it's aged poorly. It's like the interviewer's like, April O'Neil, how do you know that these were ninjas? And she picks up the rope, and the guy's like, well, the rope is from Japan. It means ninjas. I'm just like, that was too racist even when I was a child. Come on, even I knew it there. It was wrong. That's Jeff Loeb. That's
you know it's wrong because how the hell did America know different types of rope? At a glance. And he reports the news. Like, come on now.
It's true. So we'll be back to talk more about Marvel Television after D23 because we're assuming big blowout there for more stuff. So Yeah, we'll definitely be back. But we're gonna talk a little bit about DC now because we officially know that the second DCU film will be Supergirl. They announced the director and the release date for June of 2026. So about a year after Superman. And my big
Which is
question was
crazy.
it's my big question at first was like, hold up, you're kicking off the new universe with two Superman people? Like a little weird.
No, there's a man and a girl. I mean, that's not.
Well, okay, true,
Yeah.
but okay, actually, no, he can't appear in it. Never mind. I forgot that it's not the standard Supergirl movie. Never mind, because it's the Woman of Tomorrow comic arc, which is on a different planet and things. Okay, so it's not a Superman.
Yeah, but
technically.
she's gonna be the post-credit scene for his movie.
Oh,
and he's gonna be the
100%.
post-credit for hers. It's all
Yeah,
gonna come
100%.
around. Like,
Yeah. So
he's
it's
gonna
like,
be the big like crux of the movie. She
Right.
has to go save him because she might be over there, but the threat's heading that way. And
Yeah,
she's like,
and-
oh, my cousin, no.
and like now looking at it, so we start with so okay, the first DCU project coming at us is Creature Commandos, and then Superman, followed by Peacemaker season 2, followed by Supergirl. That is a weird slate.
Yeah.
That's
Very weird slate.
but like
It's like they're starting at phase 3. Like, you know what, we're just gonna do whatever we want
yeah.
at this point. Which I guess, I mean, it's not inherently a bad thing, I suppose, but
Yeah, it's.
I mean, let's be honest though. Who's gonna watch Creature Commandos and Peacemaker apart from Dalton?
I was gonna say Dalton and his 7 puppet accounts in the group. Yeah.
Apart from those 1.7 people,
Well, for Creature Commandos, it all depends on how good the animation is.
no one's gonna watch it regardless. Let's be
Nick
honest.
is gonna make
if it's good,
resurgence
if
in
it's
the
good
group.
animation, then people will watch it. But
No one's gonna watch Creature. I guarantee you.
It ain't even
does
gonna
not
it ain't
matter.
even gonna do what Marvel shows do in animation. It's gonna be
No.
so much more under the radar. Like,
No, it could be the best cartoon going. Right? It's Creature Commandos. No one gives a crap.
yeah, unfortunately,
No one gave a crap when it was announced. Like it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm excited by the concept of I've never seen these characters, and then they just confirmed Frank Grillo will be playing.
It's Rick Flag Jr.
Rick
or
Flag
Senior, isn't it?
Senior, yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't remember his name for the love of me.
Yeah.
He's going to be playing the same character in Peacemaker season 2, so you can tell what they're doing here is like, which creature commando requires no money or budget? Frank Grillo in a yellow shirt, perfect.
Exactly.
That's the creature commando, the human creature commando. Oh man,
And that's the whole reason why that show exists. The gun just wants to set up Rick Flag's dad. No, that's
Yep.
all it is.
100%. So, I mean, looking at this Supergirl news and everything around it, it's fine. The only big complaint I had was, and this is the first thing anybody I talked to with a normal brain also figured it. I'm like, they announced Supergirl and Craig Gillespie is set to direct. Now, looking at his portfolio, he looks like he's going to be a great choice.
Great director, yeah.
But
Should have been a woman.
Should have been a woman.
Should have been a
That's
woman.
like,
Yeah.
it's weird. You're directing a film called Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and it's a guy directing it. Even Marvel knew, like, we need to get a woman or a co-woman director for some of these projects. Like, at least have a woman on there. It just,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's
Like-
a must, but like the, it just
No,
feels
it's one
like
of
you
those
should.
where people are going to go, oh, but a woman's writing the script. Yeah, great. But the
Yeah.
director has final say. The script is just a guideline at that point, right?
Uh-huh.
The fact is, it's the first movie in 40 years. She should have had a woman directing it. Like, why
Yeah.
not get someone like, who did Hurt Locker?
Oh yeah.
Bigelow,
I can't
Catherine
remember.
Bigelow.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, like,
oof.
why not have gotten her?
Oof.
Like, sure, she might not want to do it, but like someone like that is a great
Yeah.
fit for like a heavy sci-fi Supergirl movie.
Mhm.
Admittedly, she hasn't done a movie since Hurt Locker, I don't think. But it's
Yeah,
neither
but-
here nor there. Like, she almost won the best movie Oscar for that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But just someone like that, and you know, while like I agree with people, right? It shouldn't matter who directs it. That's
100%, yeah.
great. But we're not there yet.
Yeah.
You have to get the road, the foundation laid before you can get there. Like when
Mhm.
women have equal opportunity in the industry compared to guys, then you can have that. Until
Yeah.
then, no. Till then, you have to pigeonhole.
Agreed.
Unfortunately.
Hardcore agree with that. Tristan, what's your feelings on this? Because I know people are coming at it from both ways. It's just
I just want it to be good. It's just echoes to what Mitch just said. Is that it's primarily what you would want a female director, and like in an ideal world, it wouldn't matter who directs, but we haven't got there yet. Just like how where like if you're going by for other movies where it would set on set to just making an example, set to like minorities, you'd want that so they can have their viewpoints I think zeroed on to what
Yeah.
they're trying to tell.
Yep.
Like, could
I
you
mean-
imagine anyone doing Black Panther other than
I was just
a
about to
black
say.
guy?
Imagine if they're like, this Ryan Coogler guy made a real good pitch. He's gonna work on the script, but we got Joss Whedon to direct Black
Oh.
Panther. You're like,
Oh no.
Like he's
Oh,
there,
no.
like they're shooting on location in Africa, and like there's weed in there, like and it's surrounded by everyone. It's like,
Yeah,
we're making
yeah.
a great movie for African voices. Like, oh,
yeah, like,
right.
I mean, it's progressive. At least they got a script by a woman, like you said. So like, it is, like, don't get me wrong. I'm super hyped. I'm more hyped for the Supergirl film than I am for Superman. So like, it's not that I'm looking down on it. I'm just like, I wish they could have right out the gate been like, hey, guess what? Our second film, woman director. Here it is. It's like, oh, okay, we didn't get that, but
Also, this means the entire thing that James Gunn announced is out the window already.
100%. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the Supergirl movie was the last thing, or one of the last things he announced. So, did he say, was it chapters they announced it as?
Yeah, chapter 1,
Or
Gods and
something.
Monsters. Yeah.
That's the one, Gods and Monsters. Yeah, like, so I guess the order of that is way out the window now. At this point.
They announced, Supergirl and Swamp Thing were the last things announced, and they were the furthest on the slate. And Swamp Thing already has a director, which is Mangold. Like,
I forgot about Mangold.
This whole thing is up. This makes no sense. Yeah.
No.
It's the Authority that seems to have had no movement outside of the one character being cast for Superman. Yeah, Waller is happening, but
I forgot about Waller.
Oh, whoa.
I forgot about most of Slate, to be fair, but
true. Yeah, it's hard to keep up. I don't know. Any closing thoughts on Supergirl before we move on?
I had to plug my headset in because it was dying. Supergirl, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, that's fine with it. That seems to be where we're at, I think.
Like, good director. It should have been a woman. That's literally
That's
only thought I really have on it.
Same. So I guess what we're gonna do now is swing on over to another female-driven project, but this one is canceled. Let's talk about Silk. 5 years of development.
It's not canceled.
So
they're still looking around to shop it around to see who wants it, because when reports came out that one of the weirdest reasons is that when I was working at Amazon, they're talking to the writers, and they're asking if they can make the show not revolve around the title character that much.
It gets even better than that, because that's the more recent thing that's came out about it. The last thing we heard about this show before this, they told the writers to make it for a male audience.
Yeah.
Huh?
Like, what? Why? Like, you know how you do it with Silk, but how can you do both? Like, I guess that's why they're not doing it, right? Because you can't.
Yeah. It's like you want it, gravitation towards a male audience, and then they don't want the title character in the show that much. So I don't know how's that gonna work.
That's the thing, because like the news came out, they started work on this literally over 5 years ago. It was one of the first things they moved forward with, after the release of Venom, and it went to Amazon. The last 2 years is when they actively started work on it and was greenlit. And now they
actively started as a stretch that we had last year.
Yeah, there was the whole thing that happened.
They tried. There was an attempt. And actual work, not so much.
And it was clearly obvious this week when the TV upfronts happened. Amazon and Sony announced, "Hey, Spider-Man Noir is happening with Nick Cage," and cool. Also, Madam Web didn't do good. Silk is canceled. It's like, so Madam Web also probably killed the hype for this because that's it's not good. And then we got Spider-Man Noir, which is cool, but it sounds like Spider-Man. It sounds like when we watch it, we're not going to get a whole lot of Spider-Man because it looks like he's retired, and anytime you see Spider-Man action, it's probably going to be like a flashback or something. So
yeah. I don't know what Sony want to do.
Same.
I don't think they even know what they want to do. They just want names and projects out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it's like Silk was the one that I could see making sense, though, right? Like adjacent.
I mean, Silk
Peter
makes
Parker.
the most sense. Yeah.
Yeah, like this is the one that should work. I mean, if you can't get Silk to work, and her story literally lends itself to, hey, Spider-Man doesn't have to be around, but she's doing this thing. It's like, how are you going to do the other things?
Because like from my last one I remember is like Cindy, in the comics, she's almost essentially a reporter.
Yeah.
So
yeah, she is. Yeah.
So it's not that hard. My guess is that they are trying hard to not have the superhero part in a TV show.
Yeah.
It's that mid to like 2010s. We have to be really cheap here. We focus on the character, and then it's a CW show, right? Like, you're gonna have a little.
That's what it sounds like.
Melodrama and stuff like that.
That's what it sounds like, and then it's like, oh, but apparently guys may not like that, so we gotta spice it up, and then it's all if we spice it up, we may not be able to cater to both audiences. So can we like make it gravitate towards another character while we don't have Cindy on screen? And at that point, it's like, oh well, then why would you want to do a Silk TV show if that's not what you want to do?
Yeah. My biggest fear is I don't know who else other than Amazon could do this show. Obviously, like Marvel could, right?
Not Netflix.
That's the big fear, right? You can get Netflix. The way they've been going is.
Could you imagine the entire series is nothing, and then the last 30 seconds she goes, "My name is Silk," and just puts on the red bandana, and that's all you get, and then it's canceled.
Literally, the entire series is she's trying to find someone.
Yeah,
it's like there's some weird attraction.
Right? Yeah.
Not the main focus of the show, but like someone will walk by and she'll be like, "Huh?" Like it's this kid with brown hair, this little white boy, and then the last episode is
hi, my name's Peter Parker.
Bang, and then she'll put the thing on and jump out the window.
They're saying they're going to shop it to other networks. How about you just go straight to Disney and be like, give us this series. It's going to be produced here. We co-finance it. That way we can do 20 million an episode if we want. And also we can then have Spider-Man in it. And it makes sense. Like,
yeah.
But Sony's too dumb.
But from the sounds of it, this is more for Spider-Verse than anything else.
Yeah.
Like, didn't they call it Silk Spider Society or something like that?
Yeah. Yep.
This is like one of the projects that they were trying to spin out of the Spider-Verse stuff.
Not that she's ever been in Spider-Verse, which is an actual crime.
She was technically like pitched in the original, but then she got replaced by Penny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a tough one, though.
Yeah, because
you can only have the one Asian Spider-Woman.
Yeah, because in
Jeff
like
Loeb
early,
is running Sony Animation. Confirmed. There you go.
yeah, because I think it was shown like in early scripts that it was Cindy that was supposed to be one of the extra Spider people, but for some reason they switched to Penny during production and stuff.
They
So
keep screwing her over. Just watch, they're gonna pull her out of Marvel Spider-Man 3. And it's gonna be like, no, we never said she was gonna
I
be
would
in it.
actually riot if I get
Same.
blue balled this hard with Silk for this long.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real mad.
I will not do anything physically damaging. I will just say I do. So watch out, Sony.
I will show Sony by not buying extra COD points on Call of Duty or whatever. And that's it.
Well, that
That's
only helped Microsoft, right? If you brought the points.
Yeah, Sony gets a small share of it, I guess.
Yeah.
I won't buy any. That's it. That's what I'm saying. I haven't played Call of Duty since the last one was garbage, so I don't know. But there we go. Yep. It's gonna be something. So there we go. A little bit on what was going on there. That was a little on the TV front, but now we're gonna jump on to the other side of TV with Daredevil Born Again. We recently learned that. Okay, so despite them teasing Daredevil with the music being the MCU continuity and leaning heavily into it and all that, we found out directly from Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio that the Born Again reboot, like the reboot of the script and the show after the writer and actor strike, is actually made to be in canon with the Netflix shows and TV continuity, because Daredevil Born Again was not. It was not in continuity. It was going to be a reboot of Daredevil.
I find this interesting because why would you do the thing in She-Hulk, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, if you're going to reboot it, why? I mean, I know why you'd use your music because it's now his music, right? But why?
Yeah.
What was the point? Unless, if that's how it was and they were going to reboot it, you'd know full well they were always going to allude to stuff.
Yeah.
Like maybe I don't know if they. Oh, I can't remember if they were starting working on Born Again before Netflix lost the rights, or was it after? I know it was after because they started working on Born Again because Netflix.
Once
shows,
once they hit Disney Plus, that was the day that they could start working on it officially. Yeah.
So I wonder if at that point they're like, we don't know. No, let's make it in the same style, or just do our own Daredevil, whatever. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, it doesn't matter now. It's the Netflix stuff is canon. That's the right choice. That is the correct direction to go with this character.
100%. Yeah.
It's going to be like 10 years since Daredevil season 3 by the time this comes out.
Yeah. Well,
when was season 3?
It was like 2018. Was it? I think 20. It can't have been 2019, was it?
It was 2015. It is going to be 10 years since. No,
I think that's when it began.
No, it's 2018
right?
now. So I was looking at the original season. I saw 2015 3 seasons and just took that season 3. So yeah, it's 10 years since Daredevil started. All right, let's put it that way.
Wow,
which is crazy. Yeah.
It's gonna be like crazy to see like what they do, and like also they did confirm. They officially confirmed that the 9 episodes is the first season. So obviously, like he didn't actually put the suit on in the original version of Born Again till episode 4, and they seem to have cut all that out, which means, according to reports, he was going to suit up like every 3rd or 4th episode, and the rest was just lawyer stuff in the courtroom. They realized that didn't work, and now they went back and he's suiting up every episode. There's going to be more action. Clearly, the budget of 18 episodes got shrunk down to 9, so they could do more stunts and suit action, right? So it's fine again. Like,
I mean, possibly, but at the same time, I wonder if they've filmed all 18 episodes and just
are waiting.
We banked it as 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Because 9's a funny number.
It is,
right? Compared to everything else they've done. Like, I know you had stuff like WandaVision was 9, She-Hulk was She-Hulk 9 or 12?
I can't remember. I know it was the longest one. I think.
I think it was
Yeah,
supposed to be 12, but it got brought back down.
yeah.
Anyway, like you've had those 2 shows with longer episodes, but everything else was 6.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe they're just like, hey, Shogun was 10 episodes. Like, let's make Daredevil 9. Right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because the 9th episode would have been like their second act low. So it's a good season 1 cliffhanger. Like, let's just chop it off
It's
there.
definitely
And
ending on a cliffhanger. Like,
oh, yeah.
because by all accounts, what they did was literally restructure it, shrink it down, and end us. And according to the set photos and videos that have leaked again from people that leaked a lot of stuff, including the accuracy of what the suit's going to look like, they say it ends on a finale where possibly Karen and or Foggy is either presumed dead or is dead. We don't know. It's like, okay, so they're definitely cliffhanging us, right? Like that's 100%.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real. Karen's dead. Karen's dying in this series.
Yeah.
So when they announced that, I say when they announced, when it came out that they were reworking it to when they then started shooting it, it
Mhm.
wasn't that long. It was like, what, 2
Mm.
months? Sure, you could, if you just knuckled down and got on with it, you could probably rewrite the entire show that quickly. I kind of doubt it.
Right.
Especially with everything else going on. Like, I'd be very surprised if they actually got away with that. But so I can't imagine anything's drastically changed from what Born Again originally was.
Right. Yeah, they just shrunk it down.
Yeah, exactly. Well, pretty much, yeah. Let's put him in the suit every episode because people are going to want. Why wouldn't you do that? Let's just make it not boring, I suppose. Though I want more lawyer stuff from Daredevil.
Same. I don't need it to be a majority of the show because that's not
No.
a smart idea. Yeah.
Like, let's flip it around, right? Every 4th episode is a court episode. Give me that. I'll be fine with that. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, everything seems good to me, like what they're saying about it. I would rather take a more fluid moving show that doesn't have as much downtime or him sitting on a couch recounting what we just witnessed 3 times over in the same 12 episodes or 13 that Netflix did. I'd rather have a show that moves at a brisk pace and tells a good, decent story, you know?
Yeah. Like, I
Yeah.
should gonna get exactly what the Netflix stuff was, minus the Stub Toe and Karen and Claire episodes.
Yeah.
Like, so, episode 3, 4, 5, and 7 are gone. Right. You just now have 9 episodes.
Yeah.
But maybe we're all wrong. Maybe every episode has a toe stub. We don't know.
They're
I
gonna
really
have
want him to come out here. He like literally breaks a rib and then just carries on. He's like, oh,
But
10 years ago, that would have taken me out for a month. And then just
they're
carry on.
legit because they were sure they're gonna have a moment where they're like, Daredevil hurts his rib, and he's like, "Get Claire on here," and they realize that Rosario Dawson was dressed up as Ahsoka still, so she just shows up anyway.
Accidentally comes on orange. It's like, been
I'll
tanning,
take
I
it, though.
see.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be great. Why not? So, I mean, I'm excited. Daredevil Born Again sounds like they know exactly what they're doing. It sounds like there's a couple things in motion. So, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's coming out March of next year. Like it's
so far away.
Yeah.
I know they've had to reshuffle a lot of stuff around, and it's just what happens. Especially when you're cutting down on the amount of stuff you're putting out a year. But oh my god.
Yeah.
We're not going to get any news on any new things because they literally have a backlog of stuff now.
And if Marvel TV or Marvel Television does the same marketing that Marvel Studios has done for TV, you're getting 2 posters and 1 trailer a month before it, and then you're not going to know it dropped till it drops because they have done the worst job marketing their TV shows. Like,
it's
terrible. Let's hope the TV division understands it.
But think of the poor studios. They had a year of no one working there enough. They can't afford to do anything.
Amazing. It's crocodile tears.
Won't someone think of the billionaires?
Hey, you know what? Speaking of billionaires, let's talk about Sony Spider-Verse. again because
Oh.
this time the bigger picture news that hit right before we started doing this, so I added it in here as a topic. Sony's confirmed that Lord and Miller, the guys in charge of the animated side of the Spider Verse, are in fact on hand with all live action stuff that doesn't involve the MCU. And not only are they shopping Silk to other outlets, they are still working on multiple other films and TV shows, and they will be in a interconnected Spider-Man universe. How have they not learned? How? Like, you guys tried with Madam Web, you're trying with Craven, you tried with Morbius, and every time you get cold feet and pull back going, we're not sure this is the right one. Guess what? Noir isn't going to work because it's set in the 30s, so you already lost that. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I mean, I appreciate that it's Lord and Miller looking at after everything, but I don't know.
And that's the thing. The line coming at us from the outlet goes, plans for the interconnected Marvel slate of Sony shows remains in place, though only Noir will be part of that now, unless another buyer for Silk emerges. So, okay, I guess Noir will somehow be connected. And this is apparently, as it says right here, leading to Sony Pictures Television shopping multiple projects. Like what?
They need to just reel everything back in, and all their Spider-Man stuff is Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Yep.
Just no more live action stuff. Just make everything animated.
Yeah, just let Marvel just work with Marvel Studios for all the live action stuff, and you guys just take care of animation because you clearly understand.
You mean Marvel Animation, not Marvel Studios?
That too. Yeah. Like just work with Marvel on everything. Honestly, like why?
Yeah. I mean, I don't get it at this point.
Like
at this point, it's like capitalism at this point, right? It's just all crumbling down. Like it's the last ditch effort to try and salvage something, and unfortunately, we have to just sit back and watch it.
Yeah.
Except this time, we actually have a choice. You don't have to watch it or buy the steelbooks.
True, but I have to buy the steelbook.
No, you don't.
Oh man.
I know someone has to buy one.
Yeah,
that someone doesn't have to be you.
You're wrong. I need it.
No, you don't.
Need Tristan, how do you feel about this? I know you love the Spider everything, so
I want them to stick with what's been working with for them. If that's animation, like what you said, just work with Marvel Animation from here on to get like amazing stories. Because I don't know what the stigma is, but it's like you can't have animation for everybody. It has to be primarily for kids. So you can't have
animations for kids,
Don't make me sad. But yeah, it's like animation can be for everyone and anyone, and you can have like really imaginative and jaw-dropping sequences and scenes that you really can't have in live action in a sense. So if they're going on all cylinders on animation, then that's what they should do.
I mean, like they have an opportunity if they just take the Spider-Verse, right? Remember, they said they were going to do multiple Spider-Verse TV series. Like, why can't you just expand that further? You know, like you clearly the animation stuff works. Expand that. You literally those films established this entire giant multiverse. So go at it. Like use that to your advantage because that's the thing that clearly people want from you. Like,
well, yeah, because like if they didn't go for like the live action route and they went for animation, what one of the original concepts for for the second movie was that every time you went to another universe, it'd be rendered in a different animation style.
Mm-hmm.
They could have ran with that during a TV show if it was possible, which
like
would make
Kingdom
it
Hearts.
Yeah. Essentially, like with Kingdom Hearts 3, where Square Enix made the Kingdom shader. So every time you would go to another universe, the animation style would be reminiscent of where they came from for that TV show or what have you.
The irony that Disney probably owns part of that engine.
Yeah,
Sony couldn't use it. This is like, no, get off.
Dude, the R&D for just the visual effects in the Spider-Verse universes is what costs most of those movies' budgets.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
ridiculous
yeah,
how much money
easily.
they spent on it. Which again, you have the infrastructure there. So like, give us a Spider-Man India TV series. I mean, my
Yeah.
God.
I mean, this is what I don't understand. This baffles me to no end. I'm not saying Silk doesn't deserve a show or any attention, because she absolutely does. Why is it not Spider-Gwen? That's a slam dunk, right?
No,
Why is there not a Spider-Gwen movie?
They're dumb.
You know why?
Why.
You know why? She is white and she is a girl.
I mean, I guess. I guess.
Man.
But she's also, well, I say she's also, like, they heavily hint that she's trans, right?
Yeah.
In the second movie, so does that bypass the whiteness? I assume so.
No, white means white.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Well, anything with the only thing I can say about the Spider-Gwen thing is the reason why they really haven't chose her or try to do more with her is
the cowards.
Not just that, it's that for some reason people don't look past her, I guess. Well, not to say her personality wasn't that defined, or wasn't brought out more until the movie, because I think it was there, like, especially for her comics, they're having a tough time trying to establish like a fan base that keeps coming back, but that's more on the writer side, where everyone that they talk to and see where they love, they like the idea, they love the her costume, which is a fan favorite at conventions and the like.
Oh yeah.
But for some reason she can't keep a book, and it's consistently drops below to the cutting range. Because if you look at it, I think for the most successful Spider people thing, it's Peter. And then Miles, because Miles hasn't, his comics have never been canceled whatsoever since he's been.
I'm going to just kind of talk about this in a way that I see it. Again, I go to plenty of comic conventions. I know people that cosplay. A lot of them love Spider people, and they love the Spider-Verse films. But just looking at it in that circle, I don't know anybody that actually actively picks up Spider-Gwen despite loving the character and cosplaying her or caring about her. So, like, there is a different perception with that character, and I don't get why. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's essentially why they're trying to find out that she's not, for the casuals looking in, she's not as a safe bet for return on money as some of the other characters. That's the only way I can.
This is what happens when you've had like 50 years of MJ propaganda.
And she's just now getting turned into a superhero too. But yeah, that's the only thing I can think of why, like, she hasn't been like propped up until like recently, is that she for as good as character she is now, like, she hasn't been like invested in to have like a proper fan base outside of her having like a really cool costume.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a shame because I really love like Spider-Gwen, but I get it. I get it. I totally
see.
Get it.
I could never stick with her like original run. I enjoyed it, but I just fell off that thing hard, and I was like, oh.
And that's why she's getting moved to 616.
Yeah. The original run to me
everyone
was the best.
Has to.
Yep.
I mean, that I felt like the moment they moved her into the normal Marvel universe, that's when I was kind of like, Like,
Yeah, it's the same with Miles, right? Like he loses a bit of his charm.
yeah, yep,
He's like, oh, he's just now another Spider person. He's just no, okay, that's
yeah,
fine, I guess.
exactly. So it's like, kind of lost it there. But again, like I get it. I get the whole business thing, like.
Because you want the three of them together. You got
Yeah, exactly. It sells, like it's such a smart idea. Imagine if somebody was smart enough to make a video game where like you're the different spider people and you're
you could have
Splinter.
it be multiplayer.
Dude, man, that would be something. That's a kind of a genius move. Somebody should do that. I don't
I was
know.
gonna say, Sony, get on that, release it.
Yeah, imagine that. Like, I don't think the R&D really would need much because you already got New York completed from 2 different video games. There could be money here. I'm feeling it.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, that's a genius move. If somebody can't tell, that's sarcasm because they canceled it.
That's when you get the comments saying they tried to.
Yeah.
Everyone knows.
That's why we're
talked
talking about it.
before.
So there it is. We'll see what the future holds for the Spider-Verse. I guess.
I was going to say,
soon
what was that topic even about? Because I completely forgot.
Everything Spider-Verse.
Everything.
Everything encapsulated. Yep.
That makes more sense now.
Yep, just like they should have just went in with animation instead of trying to make them live action.
Yep.
Yeah, like even the Spunk movies, right? Just make them animated. They'll be so much better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're rebooting Venom as an animated film already with Seth Rogen.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
That's hopefully that's the future of Venom.
He just unlocked a core memory for me there.
Just think of how smart of a move that is, because Venom is clearly going to the MCU in live action, like 100% of studio. So they're like, hey, we'll still make Venom animated and we're gonna print money. Like, we're
gonna get the goofball Venom at last.
Yeah.
He's getting dressed up as Santa and everything. I can't wait.
Well, I mean, yeah. Let's go on to our final topic, I guess. We're going to talk about the Marvel Studios slate update and releases. So we had a small little reveal and reshuffle of things coming at us. This September, we're getting Agatha All Along, and then next year we're getting Daredevil in the spring, and it sounds like fall of next year we're getting Ironheart. It's
finally we'll go.
Ironheart started production alongside Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Wild. That thing's been on the shelf for a while, and they finished the reshoots at the beginning of 2023. So, like, man, Dominique Thorne is going to look like she's 18 in the show and like 35 in real life by the time that thing comes out. What is happening? I don't get it. It's
just too many plates at once, right? They stretch themselves too thin on the TV side. Way too thin.
Yeah,
I say stretched themselves. It was Chapek stretching them too thin.
When Chapek was like, okay, 7 shows a year and 5 films, go.
But Star Wars, you're fine. We can survive with just the one.
The one, yeah.
Which never made any sense to me. Like, why is Marvel having to pump everything out, but Star Wars isn't?
Yeah.
I guess because Star Wars is incapable of actually putting something out after it's announced.
True. Don't worry. Patty Jenkins is going to put out that Rogue One movie. Rogue Squadron or whatever they're calling. Yeah, Rogue Squadron.
That I take that as a threat and I find it offensive.
That is a threat.
I'm gonna get this demonetized and this channel shut down for that.
She's gonna.
Who wants a Zionist making a damn rebel movie?
Well, I was just about to say they're gonna toss Gal Gadot into an X-Fighter and she just starts shooting her own side.
Oh,
it's gonna be great. It's gonna
start singing down the comms.
Imagine the Death Star. Thanks.
She's gonna call someone up who's another rebel and be like, they're just haters. It's just noise. We got to block them out. Like, yeah, because that's what's going on, Godot. Right.
You know what? The bigger picture here with this whole thing is, what is even Disney's slate? Because I just
they don't even know. They have no idea.
I literally just took notice of they didn't mention anything Star Wars in any upfronts. Like, it was dead silence.
I guess because you got the Acolyte coming out, right?
Yeah, and that's like the only thing. I mean, nothing on Skeleton Crew, which might drop December reportedly. Like,
I thought it was confirmed for December. But...
yeah, I thought so too, but like they officially never stated it, so it's like it's confirmed.
I guess they're waiting for D23.
Yeah, has to be it. Which again, we know that's where Marvel's going to reveal more things. I'm assuming that's where Wonder Man gets announced, and that's probably hitting 26 then, because they're not. They said 2 shows, live action shows a year, right? So
Yeah.
Daredevil 25 and Ironheart, Wonder Man in 26, and probably Vision Quest, maybe? Question mark?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
But then Lol Blade's never coming out.
What's that?
I
don't know what you're talking about.
No, I've just forgotten as well, actually.
Yeah, it just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And also, what's up? Okay, let's say hypothetically they stick with this 2 a year, right? So Moon Knight season 2, 2039? Is that what we're looking at? Like,
sure, why not, right?
like this whole 2 live action shows a year doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. I don't.
I think this is where the cancellation stuff. I say cancellation stuff, like the scrapping of stuff comes in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what are the actual important shows to everything? Let's just do those.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, maybe Moon Knight's in Captain America 4, like everyone's, like all the rumors were saying he is. So let's get a Moon Knight movie out, like after that movie, or a Moon Knight series, even like season 2.
Yeah.
And then you play it off like that.
Yeah. It'll be. It's gonna be real
I just
interesting.
want the She-Hulk season 2, man. That's what I want.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen, but that's what I want.
Yeah. Huh. And I'm gonna remain optimistic about everything Disney's announcing. I mean, if you were to line up all the shows that they can make sequels to or greenlight, Moon Knight season 2 and She-Hulk season 2 would top my list of what I want the most. But one of those
I'll say
is definitely
Moon
not
Knight,
happening.
She-Hulk, and Miss Marvel are the 3 that I'd want.
Yeah, I consider Miss Marvel a guarantee at this point for a second season.
I don't know. I think after the Marvels, I think she's on a bit of a.
Oh, that'd be unfortunate.
Right.
The only thing that could save it is the fact that the international audience, that's Disney's biggest show. And people are always like, how? It's like almost like there's like 1+ billion Muslims in the planet or something. I don't know. You tell me, Mr. I only see the world as the United States. Like, what?
You mean it's not?
You mean the world doesn't spin around the US on the
So you
flat
mean this
plane?
massive bit here, like to the right of America, isn't America?
Shocking. I know.
The Middle East isn't Middle East in America. What are you talking about? Like, it's called middle because it's in the middle of everything.
Oh, it's gonna be. I don't know. Like, I'm hoping D23 is a major win for Marvel TV, but we'll see. The slate. We need a clear slate. Where is Armor Wars, for the love of God?
Oh, I'm also there like 2027 at this point. Getting another rework, and Rhodey's not even the main lead for it anymore.
I was gonna say the twist is gonna. No.
Because people hate Feige hates Don Cheadle. That's why.
I'm telling you, the twist is gonna be that Don Cheadle scrawl another actor just takes on another form. It's gonna be like, we need to. Too old.
It's just like, because like Rhodey was like really good as Iron Man for that small time that he was the main character.
Yeah. See, people are never going to say it, but we're literally seeing in real time the argument people have for Black Widow. Like, oh, Black Widow should have been in Phase 1. It should have come out years ago. Armor Wars should have come out 5 years ago. Why was Armor Wars not directly after Endgame? Why was that not a thing? What happened with it?
Yeah.
Because now they've run through the years after Endgame ended in universe. We're now 3 years afterwards.
Yeah, because the whole plan was to get 5 years ahead, and now we're caught up and surpassing it this year. Amazing.
We caught up to the Endgame time jump. We haven't caught up to the MCU yet.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I think they're still a year in front. I'm not sure.
Yeah, during 27, 28-ish, maybe. Yeah. the furthest out from what they've announced. That's how far they will be. So
Yeah, so I can't remember, but it's Armor War should have happened a long time ago.
100%.
It sucks.
I mean, remember, the War Machine movie was supposed to happen after the Avengers. Like
it was
that was the plan, and then they rolled him into Iron Man 3 and said, "Well, we're gonna make it eventually," and then a TV series, then back to a film, and now, bro, by the time that comes out, War Machine will have been on film for 20 years.
Yeah. I've just decided I'm not allowed happiness with Marvel.
Now you know how DC fans feel. you're not allowed to be
I was, they gave me Guardians. Granted, they shown it in the second part. Just to reassure, not to get my hopes up completely. And everything else is just been like, no, you specifically aren't allowed to be happy with this franchise. They're going to go out of their way, and each time's a different way. And
yeah,
I might sue for emotional damages.
If we can sue on those grounds, Zack Snyder is going to owe every dollar he's ever made to DC fans.
I mean, it's America, right? I assume you can sue for anything.
True. And you can still run for president, so good news.
Yeah.
Mitch, just come over here, run for president. You can't be any worse. I don't care if
I don't think the American. I think I'd be the unifying factor. Like British guy, what the kinda?
Dalton gets ready to leave the country. I can't. Not the Brits. Not here.
He's got like wooden teeth, like fake teeth in. Like,
I will vote for you blindly if you could just make Nick the VP. It's the perfect combo.
I couldn't do that to myself.
It's great.
Well, I'd expect your vote anyway because you're European.
True. True. So yeah, a blind leading the blind. I'm just aimlessly voting. Oh man. So
I'm sure I could run America quite easily. It doesn't look that. If only old boys have done it, it can't be that hard.
You can't do any worse. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I guess that's gonna bring us to the end of that topic, everybody. That was Marvel Studios slate update, and then we talk about the president, which also was Thunderbolt Ross in the MCU. So there you go, Red Hulk.
Red Hulk is red.
Yeah.
Red coats.
Oh, you cracked it. Cracked it. Paul Revere is going to get resurrected as Ghost Rider. He's going to be traveling around the U.S. saying the British are coming on his motorcycle.
So do you like the viral marketing, the secret viral marketing Marvel done for the Hulk, not the Hulk movie, the Captain America movie with Red Hulk?
No, it's the Hulk movie. Let's be real about
all the Hulk fans hope.
It's the actual Hulk movie. Don't pretend it's not.
But you think that painting's of King Charles? It's not. That's just Thunderbolt Ross.
Where he looks like Palpatine.
Yes.
They're just playing into it. They
100%. Yeah. He's always on Death's Door, so I didn't make it red.
Exactly. So everybody, that is actually going to be the end of the podcast. What we're going to do now is record the bonus topic for members. Where we're going to talk about the next season of Hawkeye, which is apparently happening. So hopefully we see you all for the members video. And until next week.
We might be leaving, but the British are coming.
Yeah, I don't know. There might be an invasion. Who knows? I started watching Fallout. I'm 2 episodes in. It is amazing. So
I thought you already watched Fallout.
No. So I was gonna start, and I started watch 5 minutes, and I was like, hold up. I have to finish up other things or I'm not going back to the other things. So then I just sat back and waited. Fair. Yeah. I committed to actually finish something and then start.
I kind of did that with Shogun. I started Shogun. I was like, no, I got other stuff to watch.
Yeah. Yep. Just had to do it. So keep yourself accountable, everybody. And we'll keep ourselves accountable by signing off and doing the members topic right now.